Hi, I'm back with another video. I thought I'd show some more custom-made Blu-ray sleeves and slipcovers I've made. Well, some of these are 4K because I've recently endorsed 4K. I have this version of Stand By Me on Blu-ray that's not the best, so I decided to get the 4K, but this is the artwork of the Blu-ray edition, and it's just okay. Now, there's a version on 4K, but I bought just the 4K disc. I didn't get a case with it. I didn't get a sleeve with it. The sleeve for the edition, though, like this, is pretty generic, just with screenshots of the actors on the back. Massive banner saying HDR and all of that, so you know that had to go. I made this for my own custom replacement sleeve. There is no banner saying 4K and Blu-ray and digital code. Of course, I never do that. I've got this classic looking original poster art on the front with a look that uses a painting as a front image. Spine is the same color. It wraps around. It's got a nice border around, which I like, and that wraps around to the spine. I got a picture there of the late great River Phoenix. Wow, too much light. But you know, I just tried to replicate the retail editions with the 4K banner there, and that's the back. Not on any retail art, of course. This is the front image on some, actually on the front of this one, without the heads, of course. So I've got that image on the back. I've got a tagline up here in gold. I did not put a barcode on this one because if I did, it would have to go there over Joaquin Phoenix's head, and we can't have that. So that's my artwork for Stand By Me. I have got the 4K logo here, and that, curiously to me in a way, is not. Sony don't put the 4K banners down there on their 4K discs. They just have the Blu-ray one, which is the wrong format. But mine says 4K and Blu-ray because I've got both formats. So that's the Blu-ray from this version, and this is the 4K. Yeah, I know it's covered in ratings, which I can't stand. But, you know, I can tolerate it just on the discs. At least now it's not on the artwork. So, Stand By Me is the first one. And another one I made is this for Panic Room. Like so many other people, I bought this on 4K. But the only way to get it is in a steelbook. And a very plain Jane looking steelbook, I must say. I do not like this artwork. I do not like that it's flat. I do not like that it's so dull. I don't like the font of the title. It's just very generic, I would say, and it's really hard to get the discs out of here, really hard. But I've transferred the discs from here into a 3-disc case, so this has become this. Spine is different, of course. I gave it the standard Sony look there, with a picture of Jodie Foster up top. All of my Sony ones have a picture in the exact same spot, so when they're all lined together, they line up perfectly. And this turned into that. That is just the J card with everything repositioned because the text was right up against the edge. Now it's not. So yeah, that's just the J card tweaked, but there's the whole thing. And there you have the 3 discs now, easily accessible in this 3-disc case versus a steel book, which is considerably hard to get the discs out of, and artwork I'm not a fan of. So Panic Room is the second one. I've done one for Goodfellas, and I've shown this before. This slipcover, but I've got a different back on this because previously I made the slipcover a while ago, but the back image of the slipcover was actually this. But I've now got that on the back of the slipcover because it's so similar from, you know, this is the before of them shooting Billy Bats, and this is him being buried. So for that reason, it's a natural motif of before and after. And yes, I've got the blood splatter and the title Goodfellas on the front and on the spine there. But as I said, this image here was on the back of the slipcover, but now it's on the back of this. This is a new outer case hard box thing I've got for the slipcover to go inside. So this slides in easily. I have a book and I don't know where it is, but yeah, this slides in here. If I had the book, I'd put it in there, but yeah, this replaces the horrible yellow motif artwork that was used for the 25th anniversary Blu-ray, which is what I have. I think this is so much nicer than that artwork. So much nicer. Spine is nice and thick. And this is one Blu-ray that outdoes the 4K in terms of image quality. And there's the back. So that makes a nice back for this outer hard case. I think nicer than a slip cover, as I said. So that's Goodfellas. Oh, and I almost forgot, this is my custom sleeve that uses original poster art. There's the whole thing there. So a new sleeve goes into a new slipcover, and the slipcover and sleeve go into the slip box. Just missing the book. I'll find it one day and then it'll be complete. Now I've also got one for Platoon, Oliver Stone's film Platoon. This is one I have on Steelbook, and it's not artwork that I like. I dislike it. So for that reason I was compelled to make a sleeve, and I just put it into a case. So this is what I have to replace the Steelbook. It does not have any cast names up here, and it doesn't say an Oliver Stone film. Maybe it should, but in this instance the only word on here is the word Platoon, the title. There is no other text. Still a nice imagery with nice framing. I've got a green military sort of style shade of green banner across the edge here, and the title is on the spine, of course, and I've got a picture here of Charlie Sheen. It doesn't show up well, sorry, I'm not using the best camera, I'm using all I've got. And the back is very nice. I like this. I decided to leave a barcode off here as well, because it would just be too intrusive covering up this nice image of the platoon themselves walking here. I used to put barcodes on all these sleeves just to make them look authentic, and it does make them look more authentic, but you know, I'm not selling these. They don't need to have barcodes, so occasionally I decide to leave them off, and this was one where I did that. But yeah, we have the whole thing, and this is the mastered in 4K Blu-ray, the best looking version, definitely on Blu-ray. But that's my new sleeve for Platoon, and I have made a really nice slipcover for it to go in, and this is it. Front art is just the sort of lead actors there. You got Tom Berenger, Willem Dafoe, Charlie Sheen, Kevin Dillon, and don't know that man's name. Sorry, no disrespect, but I don't know your name. Platoon up top, I put that there, and the back is this picture of Charlie Sheen against the sun behind him. Very nice. I did put the tagline on there. The first casualty of war is innocence. I just think it works better without any text, so decided to not have that on there. So that's the back, the spine with an alternate picture of Charlie Sheen on there, and the front. And this one slides in here really nicely. It's not too tight, it's not too loose, it's just right. I have other ones, but I just thought I'd show those few that I've done recently. I have got others. If you want to see others, let me know. Alright, let me know what you think of these ones too. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
I'm gonna eat a burrito.